The year is 1987 and Indian chess has no grandmasters. In comes the tiger from Madras. At that point, he was still a cub. He wins the World Juniors in Philippines and becomes India's first grandmaster very shortly. For the next 37 years, he remains the number one player of the country and puts India on the global chess map. Yes, we are talking about none other than the father of Indian chess, Vishy Anand. India is a superpower in the world of chess right now, and there have been many reasons that have led us to this stage. But if there was one major reason for the same, it has to be Vishy Anand. Vishy has won 5 world titles and has become a world champion in every format of chess. He has inspired several generations of Indian chess, which has now led to India having 85 grandmasters. In 2020, Vishy Anand teamed up with Westbridge to launch the Westbridge Anand Chess Academy, better known as WACA. The aim was that Vishy Anand, with all his experience, builds the Gen Next of Indian chess. And what an amazing role he and his team of trainers have done here. Already 3 mentees of WACA have made it to the candidates, Gukesh, Prag and Vaishali, with Gukesh becoming the World Championship challenger. Indian chess is indebted to the role of Anand, and we are thrilled to have him in our midst today evening. For all the chess fans of India, he is a true Bharat Ratna.
Rishi, welcome. And the love that you have here is, I was in Morocco recently. Everyone loves you everywhere that you go. And thank you so much for being here. How does it feel overall to just witness what is happening in front of you, from you being the first grandmaster to now 85 GMs?
That number is hard to put in perspective. I mean, I remember just 2 years ago, I was hoping we would make 75 to coincide with the 75th year. And now already 85. So many, well, one world champion challenge already. There have been, what, 5 or 6 India number ones?
Yes, it keeps changing.
Yeah. At one point, it looked like the quickest title in the world. But and it's pretty spectacular. I would say that it's not that I try to make a prediction, but you tend to think in a very linear way. This happens, so this will happen, or this thing. But the last 3 years have been very, very exciting for Indian chess, and it's nice to see how enthusiastic people are and how they literally own this. And of course, you've played a big part in that as well. So thanks for that. Thank you.
Vishy, I wanted to get your thoughts on this, and maybe everyone in the crowd will learn a lot from it. I see you traveling so much these days. Like, even I am going to tournaments, but you are there and at more places, and you are also playing. You're also the FIDE deputy president. Of course, you are part of WACA as the mentor. Where is this motivation, this ability to work so hard coming from?
Well, that's what we always say, right? If you do something you love, it doesn't feel like work. For me, traveling, especially to chess tournaments, being around the chess scene, it's something that I crave. If it's not happening, then you kind of feel funny sitting at home. But of course, I'm happy to get a chance to play every once in a while. Even though I play less, as everyone knows, you can't take it out fully. So I really appreciate these chances to play, especially these new formats. So like we had in Casablanca. And Deputy President is another chance to be involved with the world of chess, maybe from another angle. So I juggle things. Obviously, my wife is a big support. It's always That's always nice to have. And even my son is joining today. So
Guys, we have Akhil and Aruna here. So, a huge round of applause for them, because Aruna has been not just the better half of Vishy, but also his manager, and has played such a huge role in his career. So thank you so much, Aruna, for being here. Yes, and Vishy, I have a picture that I want to show here. Let's see if we can bring that up. This is a picture in your study room. And I think it's before Waka was formed. You would invite when these youngsters would become grandmasters, and I think you would analyze their games or some positions. Do you think somewhere this led to this idea coming to fruition that Waka needs to be formed?
I'm sure every little bit adds up. Uh, so I've often mentioned the the Botvinnik Chess Academy and how that was a kind of inspiration. I mean, what he was running in the former Soviet Union. But also, it was very, very heartening to have all of them visit. And when they became a grandmaster, they'd come and they were so enthusiastic about chess. Sometimes you rediscover your own enthusiasm from youngsters, and they were all such well-behaved kids. So also, when you start an academy, I knew there was nothing much to fear. Let's put it that way.
Amazing. And I have another picture here. This is with Sandeep. And I've asked many times to Sandeep, who's the co-founder of Westbridge and the managing partner, about you and how he enjoys doing this with you. But I would like to ask you today, how does it feel to sort of build this together with him?
So I'll tell you one story. In the Chennai Olympiad, Sandeep came over to visit, and and then I realized he had been watching some rook ending for 4 or 5 hours till it finished. So he's actually a big sports buff and a big chess fan. You saw recently in Toronto.
Yes.
I think he was supposed to come for 2 days, and then you all know what happened. But look, even in Westbridge, it's not a very arm's length thing. They're very passionate and excited and eager to discover how it goes. Um, they generally are very inquisitive and curious. And sometimes then they'll bring some very interesting perspective. But they're very aware that, chess players have to speak and they have to understand that. And Sandeep's a great listener, as you can. I'm not sure what I'm saying in this one, but anyway, we, our thoughts about Vaka have kept on evolving, and it's great to have such solid support.
It's wonderful how it's evolved.
Yeah.
And I want to show the next picture here, and I want to ask the crowd. Vishy often now in his interviews says that he is semi-retired, he doesn't play much. But I think many of you would have followed him in Casablanca, where he was playing. And I want to just hear from you, how much do you enjoy when Vishy comes on the board again and plays? How does it feel, Vishy, to play now? And where are we going to see you playing this year?
Okay, so fairly heavy schedule from now on. I haven't played much since what was it? The European Club Cup.
Yes.
But now I'm playing in Leon. I will play in Corsica, a Blitz tournament. So both these tournaments I've been to more than 10 times each.
Wow.
So, just feels like going home. Later in the year, I will play the Global Chess League and the European Club Cup again. So, yeah, fairly nice schedule. And tournaments I like playing. I also like club events because you get to hang out with all your teammates and things like that. So the nice thing is you choose the really fun events and keep going for that. But a couple of these tournaments will be very, very strong. So I'll try to get ready for them as well.
Amazing. So we are going to see you a lot in action in this year on the board. Fantastic. This entire interaction has been made for you people. So every time we have someone come on stage, you guys get a chance to ask one question. So if anyone wants to ask one question to Vishy, let's take it from this side. Anyone has one question? Yes, that person there. Maybe if we can have a mic for him.
Hello.
Yes, go on.
Hi, Vishy sir. Big fan. Thank you.
Okay, hello.
How do you how do you feel Casablanca was as a new chess format? Could you please comment on it? Thank you.
So, for those of you who are not aware, in Casablanca, what we did was we took a game that was played in some world championship over the last 100 and something years, and there were only two criteria. It had to be played in a world championship, and the position that we would play had to have a computer evaluation of 0, which means simply that the computer says that with best play it is equal, and then see how we would cope. So this is one of the ways chess is trying to experiment. There are lots of experiments, but this was a really new track. There have been team tournaments before where you play a specific position, but here the players didn't know what the position would look like until 2 minutes before the game started, and so you kind of dropped into the deep end of a pool, right? Some positions were, for instance, the Evans Gambit. It simply looked like black was lost. And then it took a few minutes to calm down and realize that you're not lost. Or you could tell yourself, but the rules don't allow us to be lost, so we must not be lost. This is probably finally what happened. And I thought I really like the experiment. It's fun sometimes to have these challenges, and I hope we'll be able to tweak the version more for the future. I don't know how many of you watched it.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. What did you think?
Did you like the format, Casablanca?
Let's get some votes. Okay, let's see. How many of you didn't like it? Okay, good. So I think we know how many liked it.
Well, Vishy, I want to thank you for all that you've done for Indian chess, for everything that's happening right now, for you being active for so many years and being at the top spot, which has inspired so many generations and has now made India a superpower. So thank you very much, and would love to have you here and as more guests come in. So
Sure.
thank you so much.